Well, a huge weekend, last one of this block of 4, Bath this weekend. It's a game that always stands out in the calendar, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's always exciting. The local derbies, it's one to look forward to. Like any Premiership game, though, they're tight old battles as we found last weekend. We've got to make sure we're on our money come Saturday. So, look, it's I say a block of 4. We've had a good start to it. We're a little bit disappointed with last week, but we can certainly finish it strong.
Obviously, lots been talked about that last 5-6 minutes added on, but Rob said in his post-match to take out the referee. You should be looking more at yourself at what happened that day.
Yeah, 100%. Look, we've done a major debrief on it. We as we do every week. We just picked out the clear opportunities for us to either take charge of the game, but also keep the opposition at bay in a sense, and we probably didn't take that at the right times. That middle third, we gave up a lot of penalties, which meant they were able to push us into our 22 and then put the pressure on us. So look, a little bit more disciplined, a little bit stronger mentally in those areas, and we'll quickly return to good performances. It was only a week ago we put in a cracking performance here. We probably got a little bit carried away with ourselves. Just got to reset ourselves and be prepared to work hard.
You talk about a Northampton performance. Was that a benchmark that you've got to try and hit every week now then?
No, not at all. I think there were errors in that. There's areas to improve from that. So it's more what we've got to look for is our own level of performance at a level. Now, we don't really set it at a specific level, but what we've got to do is make sure that we're getting our basics in place. If we get our basics in place, then we're able to perform. And the first and foremost is the mentality, is making sure we're in the right frame of mind to go after a game, attack a game, and work and put our work ethic into a game.
Aside from last week, Bath are probably one of the informed sides in the division. That tells you the warning that's coming, doesn't it? Yeah,
look, they're a very good side. They've won a lot of games of rugby this year, so you could see that even a couple of weeks ago. So look, we expect a tough game of rugby up front. Certainly the Bath sides, they've always been strong set piece wise. They're always physical. They'll be confrontational. We've got to make sure we match that and better that.
You saw them in round 2, and obviously they beat us. That tells you the warning in itself. What have you learnt from that game in particular?
Well, it's a long time ago. That's the one thing. Conditions were a bit greasy, and whether they'll be the same this weekend. But both sides have evolved since then a little bit. So look, there's closer footage for us to look at. There's also within that game, the Bath game, there were opportunities for us to grab hold of the game, and we didn't really take them. So look, we'll be looking at that. We'll be making sure we're in a good emotional state in front of our home support, and we've got to put a performance out here.
The squad seems to have thickened out again this week, which is a bonus going into a game like this, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit, there's bits and pieces coming back, so we're getting towards the end of some long injuries to some big players, but equally the guys have been doing fantastically well. The week before we performed very well without a lot of bodies, and what we've got to do is get everyone on page and up to speed over these sort of next few weeks, because we've got some big fixtures coming up.
And a word on Joe Simmons. He's really adapted to this leadership role, not just in terms of driving the team, but being captain of this team.
Yeah, look, Joe's done really well. He's still got elements of his game he's working on, but the threat he possesses in attack, his footwork and his ability on the ball. We saw those couple of tries at the weekend. His goal kicking's virtually second to none in the Premiership. I think he's bouncing around the 93%. So he's doing fantastically well. So he's learning the leadership side of things, and he's using the other guys as well in their strengths, and using Nick White, Ian Whitton. They'll manage certain areas of the game. Dave Hughes is stepping up on the leadership side of things at the minute as well. So look, there's pleasing elements to a game. It doesn't mean the whole ship's on Joe's shoulders. At his age, we don't want that, but what he's doing each week, you can hear him, his vocals are picking up, and his ability to lead a side, he's been pretty successful so far.
The other big news, 2 new signings announced this week, Aaron Hinckley and Corey Baldwin. How excited are you to be working with that young talent?
Yeah, it looks great to have some new competition coming in from behind, and what we've got to do is make sure we improve those players when they come in, and that's what we'll expect of ourselves, and that's what we'll try and do, and then it's over to them, really to drive their careers, see where they can take it, but we'll certainly give them the platform to do that, and young talent, young enthusiasm, and new talent brings pressure on the senior guys, which is what we need. We need as many quality players firing at all the same time, so that there's that competition for places. But the lads here are comfortable with that. They've got to work it week in, week out, and they've got to put a performance in this weekend. We're
going to talk to Jack Maunder in a minute. He got called up to the England squad this week. He's very much on their radar again now, but there's a few more as well going up there. It's good signs.
Yeah, there's not many are going to be far away. The reality of the season so far, we've performed very well. We've topped our group in Europe, and obviously we're top of the Premiership. So look, this group of players have worked extremely hard to get where we are, but equally we're very aware we're not going to just sit and chill out now for the rest and coast the rest of the season. We've got a lot of accelerating to do. We're going to be a lot better come these fixtures coming up.